find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. They find some open field here. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Coleman. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. Looking to throw. Coleman. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Coleman. And he wisely will throw that one away. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the 1st snap.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings on 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The play fake. Here's Hurts. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings! Fair to say, when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position. And that was special there. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And he's got some space here. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one. Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them. Now a play fake here on first down. That's complete to Troutman, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. And that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Back to throw. Coleman. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tre'Quan Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to move back in front. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive. And normally I warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. The drive will start with an option going left. And not a whole lot to speak of there, so bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection. Flush to his right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Vikings are the perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. They've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Hurts to throw. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Coleman throwing out right here, caught by Olave. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. Coleman. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on the punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation. They keep the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taking it about the 36. Shreds him with a stiff arm. Excellent work on the run back there. 33 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. To about the 26 here. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Coleman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker. And the Vikings are going to get the football back at their own 17. Play action. Here's Hurts. On the move to his left. And this this one too low.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down. Following a good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Hurts. Open here, Adam Thielen. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Hurts. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll throw it across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, we've seen quarterbacks get away with throwing the ball on the run, no doubt. But this, Charles, I think you'd agree, not the best of throws.
And listen, you're not always going to have a clean pocket to step up with the proper mechanics and deliver the football. I mean, that's a given. But you also have to understand your limits and know what you can get away with and what you can't when you're trying to make a throw like that.
Here's a good way to kick off a drive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time in there?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Off-play action. Coleman. And this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Coleman. And this is going to be incomplete.
They came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they're coming up here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. They have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
Okay, ready?
Throwing is Hurts. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They'll get this out to Kamara. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up 2nd down.
As we gain 7, brings up 2nd and 3. The 46-yard line.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 1st and 10, Coleman. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. Could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Coleman. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
They go play action here on 1st down. It'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a very tight first first half, we had to break in a one-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Jamin Davis. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Throwing to start the drive. Coleman. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead here this third quarter. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. And let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So a definite surprise there. They tried to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
Off the bootleg, Coleman. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
The throw there finding its way to Boyle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Well, now they'll try the end around. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Yeah, some real defensive resistance there, saying not so fast to a good drive, then march to the end zone the last time out.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Looking to throw. Coleman. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action with Hurts. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Sometimes you just
was streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Escaping the pressure. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Again, a good friend in football always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Seven yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Trying to fire up that running game with Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 60 yards rushing for him now, and that was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Hurts throw there, taken in by Smith. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
That is caught by Thielen. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
No question, he's so dangerous down here near the goal line. The safeties, they have to be involved in run support against a quarterback like this. And in turn, they're going to ask their teammates to be involved as well.
On second and goal, Hurts. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's third and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up fourth. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Jalen Hurts keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Vikings have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Joseph on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Take over first down 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. But the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Back to throw. Coleman, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. To Boyle here over the middle. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Looking to throw. Coleman. On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, Ron, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Off the bootleg, Coleman. And that is incomplete here.
I think you can easily follow the thinking there. The pressure on the last play, it got to him, so they decided, let's get him out of there, bootleg him out to the right. Unable to complete the pass downfield, but the thought process, spot on.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Back to throw. Coleman. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You're always thinking about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Cook following the penalty. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. Good yardage as he runs for 24 on the first. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession as they get it at the 42-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
The extra point here is good, but the late touchdown can only draw the score a bit closer as this game is over. Ball on the one side, if you try to take away